So, starting a business can be a hard work, but if you break down the process of launching your new company into individual steps, you can make it easier. So, this is what we are going to learn in this session. So, after completing this part, you will be able to understand the steps that are needed for starting a small business to start with. Understand the assumptions which are required for starting a business, and to know the significance of raw material or market location, and also the necessity for enterprise location. The steps that are required are in sequence, one by one, that are to be followed. So, starting a small business is an exciting venture which requires very careful preparation and strategic execution of things. In this dynamic world, entrepreneurs they have to take very critical measures to turn their business ideas into thriving realities. From concept and market research to legal consideration and operational setups, these critical phases lay the framework for success. So, this compact guide delves into the key stages of starting a new business, providing vital insight for ambitious business owners looking to embark on their entrepreneurial journey. So, let us see that what are the steps that have to be followed, and it has to be one after another in a proper sequence, as we are going to discuss now and as it is put on the screen before you. So, starting a business may be thrilling experience, but it is demanding. It is a demanding endeavor. Here are some crucial stages that will help you navigate the process. So, the first stage or the first step is the idea generation. That is, idea generation means in order to determine your passion, talents, and interest, you have to assess the market demand and trends. But first, you will have to generate the idea. You have to just look around and study the market requirement, the gaps that are existing, the challenges that are there. So here you have to generate the business concepts that match your strength and market demands at the same time. For example, suppose if you are passionate about exercises, workouts and exercises, you can start a modest training business. You have to, determine your specialties, such as personalized training for busy professionals or maybe fitness program. But then you also have to look around in the market that whether there is any requirement for that fitness or not. So the next point, that is the next step that is required, is going into the market. Stepping down, you have to identify the target market, that who are the people who will be interested in doing the workouts and join your fitness clubs. So here you have to first identify your target market, then you analyze the competitors, who are to determine your USP. Because if you do not know about your competitor, you won't be knowing from where to start, what should be your starting point. After that, you determine potential demand for your product or service. For example, you may do surveys, you may go house to house in that locality or region and talk to people, you may conduct interviews to understand their needs for the training, for the fitness training service in that area, whether they need it or not. If they need it, then what kind of training they need. Analyze the competitors who are already existing in that market to develop distinct aspect, such as providing, virtual sessions or maybe collaborating with the local firms on corporate wellness program. So you have to get step down into the market to study the need, the requirement, the competitors who are already there, and then how you can introduce something different, something unique, which is not there, which the consumer is still crave for. After that, once you have done your market research, the next step that you should be doing is you have to plan your business. That is a detailed, though we are going to study this in the next session, in the upcoming sessions. But here, let me tell you that you just have to develop a detailed business plan, which will include the goals, target, market competitors, financial predictions also, because finance is the most crucial part that you need, the money that will help you to start and run the business, and the operational plans. So once your business, you are developing a detailed business plan. After that, you will be determining your business structure. That is, whether your business structure should be a sole proprietorship, or you want to do it in partnership, or you want to go for a corporate, etc., etc. Again, we are going to study in detail in the upcoming session about this. After that, you provide a clear marketing plan and sales technique. That what would be your marketing plan here means that what should be your advertising, advertisement, modes of advertisement, how will you attract the people towards your new venture. So here you will have to, and the sales technique as also. For example, what will be your pricing technique, will you be offering them discount to attract, or you will be giving them some extra benefits or extra hours for free. For example, maybe once you outline your fitness business strategy, including your target markets, for example, maybe professional aging between 25 to 40, who are already professionals, and they need this fitness training. So your competitor analysis, maybe other area trainers or gym, that is, they are existing in that area, and then you go for the financial prediction, include the marketing strategy, such as providing a free trial maybe for some times, or maybe you give a week time free training to people, so that once they understand, they like it or dislike it, and then they decide that whether they will be continuing with you or not. Or you may also offer some discount offers. So this way you plan your business, that how you are going to step down. And once you have worked on these areas, then next part is your legal structure and the registration part. See, without this, you cannot start. After doing the groundwork, the first thing to come on the scene is to stand on your foot, is you have to go through the legal formalities. That is, you will have to first select the legal structure, that is, what kind of entity you want to have, maybe a sole proprietor, maybe a partnership firm. So because the legal requirement varies from the nature of business organization, so accordingly you will be moving on to get yourself registered with the relevant government and authorities as per the rules and laws that are existing in the region or in the city that you live. After that, you will be obtaining all relevant or needed licenses and permits. Again, you will have to go through all the laws and policies that are framed and existing in your region, in your state. For example, maybe to safeguard your fitness business from any liabilities, maybe you want that if there is a loss and you don't want to incur the liability on yourself, then you may go for a limited liability corporation. And if you want a bigger capital, then maybe you can go for a public limited company where you can raise the capital through shares. So, but then you will have to study the nature, the structure of your business that you want to, and what is your requirement, what are your objectives. So once you obtain the appropriate licenses, whatever is required to operate lawfully, and then you follow the fitness, service, health and safety rules. So once this has to be completed in order to move further to look at the financial requirements. So the next step is your finance, which says that in regards of finance, you have to first of all create your bank accounts. You have to get, once you're registered, you can open up your bank account. You can plan how to bring in the money. You have to create a system for bookkeeping and accounting. You have to obtain early capital from maybe from your personal savings, maybe from loans from banks, or maybe raising the money from investors, maybe shareholders, maybe debentures. It depends upon that what amount, what is scale of capital you require. And in this, you will have to do the calculation part, that is initial calculations, initial expenditures have to be calculated for if it is a fitness training center. In that case, you will have to compute the initial expenditures for maybe equipment, for laying down the training center, for marketing and promotional activities, and also at the same time ensuring your business. Insurance is very important these days to keep on the safer side. So if your savings if your savings do not cover the cost, consider obtaining a small business loan, maybe from bank or from other investors. You can convince them and make a budget for continuous expenses such as studio rental fees, etc., electricity, power, and so many things that you have to recur on a continuous basis to run any body or any training center. So finance is done, legal, you are registered, and you have now to look for the building or maybe the place, so location, and then you will have to buy all the equipments and install them in your training center. So first, to identify the physical location of your firm, you will have to go into the market, into the areas, and you have to find the most suitable, where it is convenient for the people to come. There is sufficient parking area, there is lots of space, lots of open space also, and the closed space to put in the equipment, the machines for your gym or training center, whatever you need. So here you have to and then you will be obtaining all the essential equipments or the accessories that are required for your activities. For example, in the case of fitness center, we have to first decide whether to operate from a physical location or provide a virtual session. So we have to purchase accordingly. If it is a virtual session, then you have to have cameras, you have to have a studio, you have to have the trainers who are expert in recording, and the people who are experts in recording the training services, etc. That has to be done. So you have to purchase, and if it is physical, then you will have to purchase necessary training equipment setup, then rent maybe you will be buying a place, or maybe you can rent a space for communal facility, this fitness facility. This way you are going to lay down the business, what you want to start, a training center. After this, we have to go for a brand identity, create a brand for your fitness training center. So we have to create a distinctive brand identity, including a recognizable name and logo. Uh, it's very peculiar that we have to be very particular while taking the branding or naming our organization or our business. It has to be unique. You cannot copy it from others, and there are certain legal issues that have to be followed, and because you cannot copy anybody else's logo, or you have to have a distinctive one. And then you will be creating an online presence via website and social media, which is getting very, very important these days. Without putting yourself on the website, that is a part of promotion or marketing, I would say. So here in our example, in our case of fitness training, you have to create a brand identity for your fitness business, including a memorable name such as maybe FitFlex Training or maybe anything, and develop a logo which you think that it fits and it's a unique, it's not repeated. You will have to create a user-friendly website so that it is easier for even a layman who are not internet friendly. Even they can, if they click onto your web page or website, they just get in to know all the details about what services you are offering, what products you are offering. That has to be, they may learn about your services and schedule appointments, etc. And it should be easier for them to fill the forms, membership, take membership, everything should be available there with a click of a button. After laying down this foundation of brand identity, now we come to marketing. So how to make or how to let the people know that we have established ourselves. We are new, nobody knows us, we have to do some homework. For this, we will have to develop a marketing strategy to reach your target demographics, the consumers, the people who want to join my fitness center. We have to create a sales plan and set some realistic goals. It should be realistic means here attainable. It should not be hypothetical, which you cannot get. So when we start slowly, and we target a small things, a small results. So here you will be accordingly, in a very realistic manner, you will be setting up your goal. Then you may use both online and offline marketing methods to promote your firm. For example, maybe implement a marketing strategy that includes limited time incentive or cross promotional partnership with a local time. So you can use social media networks, as I've already said, to share the client success stories and fitness suggestions. After that, you will have to hire and train people, because you cannot manage everything alone. You need a team to work with you. So you need to hire them. You have to have a format for recruitment, and then how to train them so that they are very productive to your organization. You have to establish very clear roles and duties within your team in order to have a very organized setup. So here we have for example, if you are hiring some certified trainers with degrees and certificates who share your fitness philosophy, if you are expanding, you provide continuing training to guarantee a consistency in your training methods and client services. These things have to be done in order to start, because you cannot attract consumers without establishing a goodwill. And this is a process of establishing a goodwill, getting people, having people, making people have faith in you, in your system, in your service. After hiring and training the people, then we come to operations and system. Actually, here we have to first establish efficient operational process. Uh, Operational processes means that the things have to be smooth. They have to be, all the activities have to be in coordination with each other. There shouldn't be confusion and gaps existing in between once the consumers are there and people are there to get their services. So here maybe you can implement technology and systems to improve business operations. It's very much in practice these days, use of technology in making operations more smooth. Next, you ensure excellent client service and satisfaction. For example, implement scheduling software so that clients may book sessions. Use Maybe you can use fitness tracking apps to track clients' progress and make personalized recommendations. These adds to the quality of the services, and consumers love to have personal attention. They'll feel that you are taking good care of them, and you are paying attention to each individual. So you can make these small efforts in order to make your operations and your systems more smooth and more coordinated. And then next we come to compliance and regulation. That is, you have to, once you have started working, people have started joining in, your services have started selling. Now you have to stay up to date on local, state as well as federal rules. You have to ensure the compliances with legal duties and your tax liabilities. For example, you just stay current on industry legislation and meet fitness industry standards. You obtain the required certifications for yourself and for your trainers, and those certificates, they act as a guarantee to your consumers. They build up your goodwill. So you can obtain the required certification for yourself and for your trainers as well, and keep client waivers and health papers updated. So this way you are going to keep up to the daily, and you will keep in touch with what is happening in the market and what is there that you need to be updated with the rules and legislation part. You are not a defaulter in that way, and you have to do that. So you have to stay current on the latest fitness trends and incorporate them into your offers. You collect client feedbacks to find areas for improvement. Maybe because if you get the feedback, you will know the gaps, the shortcomings, and then you know where to and how much to work upon, and uh, uh, put in efforts to what domain more to find a improvement and tailor your offerings accordingly. So here, we have to adapt, and the continuous improvement should be there. From time to time, update yourself, update your equipment, talk to your consumers, uh, uh, try to know that what they need, and then update your services accordingly. So by following these steps and tailoring them to your venture, I think you may lay the groundwork for a thriving small business. Remember that beginning a small business needs commitments, lot of commitments, tenacity and adaptability. Uh, these are some three very strong and serious requirement of establishing a business. That is commitment, tenacity and adaptability. Regularly, you must examine your business tactics and be prepared to make changes as they are required to keep yourself updated and to keep yourself going. So these were some very important stages that will help you to process and establish your business. Next, we come to some of the assumptions. When launching a small business, certain assumptions frequently guide the planning process. It is, crucial to be aware of these assumptions. Only on the because and once you know these assumptions, you can continually examine them as your company grows. And there are some, I'll just share with you some of the frequent assumption when beginning a small business. What should be there while you are starting a small business? Here we have the first is market demand. We must assume that there is a demand for your product or service. Obviously, without that, you will not take the initiative. So first you have to assume that yes, people need my product, or they are in need of my services, and therefore Then consistently you will be validating this requirement or need of the people through market research and then customer inputs to ensure relevancy. Because once you know that yes, there is a need existing, you will get down into the market to find out that what kind of a need, to what degree, and what is the gravity of that need, so that you can do the, after the market research, you can decide for your product that what kind of product you are going to launch into the market. Then next is the competitive landscape. Here we have to assume that your business can compete successfully in the market. Without this, assurance in yourself that yes, I will compete with I'll be successfully competing with my competitors here, because here what will you do if you assume this thing? Then you will be on and off, you will be taking learning about the competitors, what is happening in the market, what are your counterparts doing it, and then you will be adopting the strategies in order to work accordingly, in order to adapt to the market circumstances. Next is financial viability. Here assumption is the financial forecasts in your business strategies are correct. But then just to assume this, we have to ensure also that whatever forecasting we are doing are correct, and for this you will be reviewing and you will be amending your financial estimates depending upon the actual performance and whatever the market conditions are, whatever the government policies are changing. For example, whenever the budget comes, you have to take into consideration of the government budget that what taxes are revised, what other policies are revised, so that you can keep up to the financial viability of your project, of your business. Then customer behavior, customer will behave as expected. If you assume this, then obviously you will be, staying in touch with your customer preferences, their likes, their dislikes, you will be doing surveys, you will be doing interviews, you will be just trying to understand your market so that you know them better, in order to meet their demand, you can be supplying and providing accordingly. Next is regulatory compliances. Your assumption should be that you grasp legal and regularity requirement accurately. Without this, you cannot sustain into the market. Obviously, your business will be shut down sooner or later. So you have to go for regulatory compliance, getting registered on Udyam portal or whatever portal or whatever registration process required in your region. Go through that, do all the paperworks properly, and then we have to check on the operational efficiency. Here, the assumption that you have to have is that you have to assume your operating process are efficient. To make this assumption convert it into reality, we will be working on checking on the operations, and we try to optimize them. We try to make full utilization of all the resources that are available, the capacities that are available, in order to make our utilize them fully, make them fully full efficient, run them efficiently, and also minimize the costs. Next is your market effectiveness. The assumption is that effective marketing method attracts and keeps the customers. Yes, obviously. Marketing methods, they attract and keep the customers. You have to evaluate your initiatives now and then. You have to check on that whatever you have been following in the past, is it working still or not? This way you have to keep yourself updated. You have to alter all the strategic based on maybe outcomes and react to market developments. You have to update yourself. You have to keep in touch with the market and restructure yourself accordingly. Then there should be a technological integration. We choose the technology and the system will meet business requirement. The technology has to be very relevant to your business requirement. So we have to, you be open to upgrading or integrating new systems to boost efficiency and keep up with the technological changes that are happening now and then in the market. Team performance, that your staff, your assumption should be that your staff will significantly contribute to the business success. For this, you will have to frequently review their performances. You will have to maybe upgrade them with by providing orientations, refresher courses or training programs if they need them. And then you have to connect them to the corporate goals. You have to brief them that what is needed from them, what is demanded from them, and help them to develop themselves accordingly so that they are more productive to you. Then next is economic stability. We assume that economic condition will stay constant because that is the actual strength that a business has, and therefore you have to adopt the strategies to economic swings. There are fluctuations, there are trade cycles that are happening. Maybe we have the slowdown, we have recovery period, we have boom, or maybe the depressions in the market. We have to keep we have to remain aware to all these things, and then we must be developing ourselves accordingly. Next is your customers' loyalty. This assumption is very strong because satisfied customer will always be loyal to you. So customer is the king of the market. He decides that what you should be producing. So if you whatever you are producing, any product or services, if they keep them satisfied, they remain loyal and they are not going to shift on to any other producers. And then finally, the last one is entrepreneurial resilience. Assumption is that you are resilient enough to overcome the obstacles. Yes, we must be prepared to meet the challenges. We have to strengthen ourselves, keep ourselves upgraded, so that any challenges or any obstacles that are coming in our way, and this can be done with a continuous learning, continuous updating, and continuous restructuring and modifying ourselves according to the need of the day. So these assumptions have to be very importantly framed and formulated, and in relevance to our product or services, whatever we are putting in the market. So here these points tell us that recognizing and addressing these assumptions, they enable entrepreneurs to make more informed decisions, reduce risk, and ensure the long-term success of their businesses. Regularly reassessing these assumptions is critical for remaining nimble in an ever-changing corporate environment. So after learning these two issues today, we come to an end of this session, and we will continue to in the next session. Thank you.